No, there is no way this is in the game. Part of the opening tutorial actually requires you to use the in-game cash shop, the real money cash shop, to pass a quest. How is this in the game? This is so predatory. Who would make this? Oh, I see, it's Gameforge. Right, that explains it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I'm Josh Hayes, and this is Worst MMO Ever, a series where I play the worst MMOs I can find, so you don't have to. Today, we're playing Metin 2, a Korean MMO released in 2004, and kept alive by everyone's favourite MMO publisher, Gameforge. Drop a like on the video or sub to the channel for more MMO stuff, ring the bell for all the future notifications, and as usual, a massive thank you to the supporters on Patreon and Twitch who keep the channel going. More on how you can support at the end. For now, let's begin. Right, Metin 2, one of the earlier Korean grindfest MMOs. This is definitely a case of nostalgia enhancing your enjoyment. If you played this as a kid, you'll probably enjoy replaying it as an adult. I didn't play it as a kid, so my 6 hours were tedious. You know you're off to a good start when the Steam page advertises new servers, but it doesn't mention that to join these servers you've got to be a premium member, so we're going to the good old European server for now. Start the game and holy tiled background, bad man. I've not seen anything repeat itself that much since the last time I watched one of my own videos. Music's kinda cool though, hoping there's some solid audio direction in the game. Spoilers, there isn't. Character creation, you can be 4 boring human classes or a werewolf, so obviously we're going to be a werewolf. Game starts, left click movement along with WASD, and while A and D are kind of strafe, A and D also spin the camera as you strafe, so it's more like a big circle movement. I checked the keybinds to see if there's a different non-camera spinny strafe, and no, there isn't. This is how keybinds work, get used to it. Not much UI to really go off, and there's nothing telling me what to do, but there is a flashing scroll icon on the left of the screen, and clicking that gives a drop-down list of a bunch of quest lines. The main quest line sends me to a dude at a nearby village. Talking to him says I feel unusually furry. I can already feel the YouTube comments being written about that one. First thing I notice is you move extremely slowly in this game. You are running, if you can call it that, and it feels like running in a dream. Your body is definitely moving, but you're not covering much distance. And whoever designed this text box with white text on a transparent text box over a white background needs to go back to design school and learn why you don't do that. First quest, find the cause of local animal aggression. Do this by killing animals. I mean, maybe they're aggressive because random adventurers keep killing them, but okay, you're the boss. If you're feeling a bit lost, thinking, wow, this game started really quickly and we've been thrown into this without any real context or backstory or motivation of reasons we're doing anything, then yeah, that's how I feel. Metin 2 is very much an old school game in the sense of you're here now, go and kill things. Right, time to navigate. Here's the world map. Yep, that's it. That square, barely bigger than the minimap, that's your world map. All those green dots, they're important NPCs, and while hovering your cursor over them does give you a tooltip with a name, they are so closely bunched together it's basically useless for navigation. Oh yeah, you can tell. Oh, this is going to be a fun time, isn't it? Let's waste no time and get right into combat. Left click to attack. That's it. That's combat. Oh, you can chug potions, so yeah, it's a potion chugging game. Out-heal the enemy damage, that's the main tactic. Thrilling stuff game, just thrilling. Attacking enemies also pulls in other nearby enemies, resulting in this cascade of combat that doesn't actually get more interesting despite how many enemies are involved. And oh, don't worry, we'll see how massively broken and pay-to-win this tactic is later, because as I discover, the entire leveling process is basically built around exploiting this mechanic. My HP, by the way, is that tiny red bar at the bottom left of the screen. Everything is so small because I've upgraded my monitors. I have checked the game and the system settings, and there are no resolution options. You cannot rescale this game. This is how we're playing. Better get used to it. Pressing I opens the inventory, and yeah, that's pretty small. This resolution might not be a fantastic way to play, but this is what this series is all about, finding flaws. And a flaw here is the developers clearly don't expect anyone to still be playing, so they've put no system customization options in. Now, one cool thing is you can zoom out really far, then click to move and sit back and wait. The annoying thing, however, is the pathfinding in this game is awful, insofar as there is no pathfinding. Clicking move means move in a straight line, and if anything gets in your way, a wall, an enemy, a single snowflake resting gently on the floor a pixel higher than completely flat, you'll just run endlessly into it. It's okay, Metin 2. I know pathfinding is a tough mechanic to have. I promise I won't keep mentioning it every time it sucks. Have a fight with some bears, and combat seems messy. Enemy models run through you. You have to click every time you want to attack, and the enemy health is shown at the very top of the screen instead of above each enemy model. It's just not clean. The quest I'm on needs me to find a meteor, and this is what the quest list looks like. This is as bare bones as you can go. No names of givers or receivers, no map hints, no real overlay tracking. It's literally a plain text description of what you need to do with very few hints as to how to do it. This might be one of the worst quest journals I've seen in a game. There is no graphic design personality here. So the meteor we need to find is a Metin, a powerful stone that's fallen onto the land, and I can't find it. But I can find this giant ice cream. What the actual hell? What? Why? How? Who? In the politest possible way, Metin 2. What made you do this? Is this an event that's been left in the game? Why is this the first impression a new player gets in the starting area? See, it's things like this that make it hard to take Korean grindfests seriously. They place style above substance and allow stupid immersion-breaking cosmetic changes because they want to be quirky and it might sell. I attack the ice cream and a load of enemies spawn and I die. Terrific. Just what an excellent first impression of the game. I search around and I cannot for the life of me find a meteor, so maybe I'll accept some other quests which have popped up on my quest list. Oh, this quest doesn't need me to actually talk to anyone. I can accept it and complete it from the menu, and now I've been given a god weapon and now I'm massively OP. Okay, for anyone new to Eastern Grindfest games, this is standard design actually. Give the new players a massively overpowered weapon to make them feel unkillable and then slowly take the power away from them so they have to pay to get it back. It's a common design tactic. Combat is click and wait. It's numbers versus numbers. There's no positioning or abilities or skills or any kind of reaction time. It's drink potions and wait. But oh, I can kill the ice cream now and... No. That's the Metin. You've reskinned one of the main mechanics of your game, your actual namesake, killing Metin meteors, and you've made them look like giant ice creams. Jesus Christ, why have you done this? I press some buttons on the keyboard, see what does what, and K brings up the auto hunt menu. Don't you worry, we will be using this later because it's basically the core gameplay loop. I need to navigate back to town and the minimap icon is wrong. It's flashing in the top left and sending me northwest, but I actually need to go southeast, and I'm going to pretend this was the game making sure I'm paying attention and not just a badly programmed opening section. Okay, one thing I'm quickly finding out, most of the early game is just walking, and walking slowly at that. Nothing happens on the adventure. The enemies give so little experience, killing them isn't worth the time, and the opening area is nightmarish to navigate. You can't go up or down small hills, and there's invisible walls everywhere. This is a snowy maze of thin paths, and you get stuck on absolutely everything. Next quest, go and destroy one Metin stone. Okay. So I got across the bridge and wow, the enemy models have collision physics and the pathfinding literally doesn't exist. This boar is the bridge keeper. Good thing I know my name, quest and favourite colour. 45 minutes in and I am a god-blessed werewolf hunting a magical evil space ice cream. I'm not even making it up. That's the plot. More invisible walls, then my journey is once again blocked by this clearly insurmountable snowbank. Yeah, no way I can pass this terrain. Truly, I am nature's apex predator, and this is what happens when immovable object meets unstoppable force. Next, we're given a tiny amount of plot. It's evil demons. Of course, it's always evil demons, and we need to go and hunt them down, so we're sent back to the portal guard, and this will be the first time we're told to run a long distance for a dull fetch quest. And this marks the beginning of the game's main quest design of lots of running and no actual gameplay. You'll also notice this cinematic black bar effect happens whenever conversations start. It's meant to simulate widescreen and make it cinematic, but it's not actually adding anything. It's actually taking away. The point of widescreen was to show the audience more than you would normally be able to, not less. You are using the effect without understanding the actual application. Having been chosen as the champion of the werewolf people due to our ability to murder ice cream, we are sent to the human world and told to seek out Uriel. Now the map does show where Uriel is, but it's so small and all the NPCs are so close together, it's all but useless. So I just run around until I find Uriel. In my mind, any NPC called Uriel is the king from Oblivion, so I'm hoping this guy is Patrick Stewart. Let's just talk about the music. Subjectively, I love it. Objectively, it doesn't fit at all. The ambience is all wrong. It's snowing in the game, and this is clearly an Eastern-inspired village, so why are we listening to Santana-style Spanish guitar and Native American panpipes? I mean, I like the music as a piece of music, it just doesn't make sense here. Have a listen. Finally find Uriel, and he goes, "Oh good, a wolf." And then the next quest needs me to go and talk to a random guard. You must understand that Uriel didn't send me to this guard. Uriel basically said, "Oh hey, good to have you here." Then the quest journal says, "Go and talk to a guard." Have we just given up having any level of narrative story design game? Okay then. Sometimes the arrows above the NPC heads do this. I don't know why, but I am glad I'm getting my money's worth for the monitor's refresh rate. This guard sends me to the general store, and they send me to the weapon and armor dealer, and oh I see, this is the go and talk to every NPC in town quest line, because you knew there was going to be one. First side quest, weapon seller needs lilac to make a deodorant because he wants to talk to the general store girl, but he is aware he always smells. How do you think we get lilac? Maybe we pick it peacefully? Maybe we buy seeds and grow it? No, we kill some wolves for it. Oh, there's also a hunting log we can work through. You accept the quest from the quest overlay and then you go and kill stuff for more experience. And the first enemy is a wolf. That's convenient. There's also a biologist quest line who needs peach blossoms. Maybe we can pick them from a peach tree or find them in some crates. Oh no, we kill wolves for them. All of life's questions can be solved by killing enough wolves. But not just any wolves, because Metin 2 takes the idea of palette swapping and cranks it up to 11. You've got wolf, alpha wolf, blue wolf, alpha blue wolf, hungry wolf, alpha hungry wolf, alpha blue hungry wolf, grey wolf, alpha grey hungry wolf, and every combination of these words I've not yet said. The models look almost identical. They are the same model with different hue shifts, and they all count as different enemies, and if a quest needs you to kill 10 hungry alpha blue wolves, you best not be killing regular alpha blue wolves, because that will not count. Oh, and they all spawn in random groups mixed together, so it's hard to actually find the one you need. So here's a really terrible mechanic. You know the peaches the biologist needs? Well, we kill wolves, collect them, then go and hand them in and get told, nope, this one is lower quality, go and get another. Right, there is nothing to say what quality an item is until you hand it in. They all stack together. So the game has a quest telling you to get 5 items, but then a mechanic where you hand the items in and there's a chance they're not good enough. Oh, also you need to hand them all in one at a time, because why not? I need to go back to town, and movement is so dire I improvise fast travel by just dying and respawning in town. The next 30 minutes is just taking notes to and from various NPCs, because programming NPCs to walk is difficult. But oh, I pick up a bow and we can see the inventory is divided into a grid and some items take up more than one square. So item placement in the inventory is a Diablo type system. I don't hate this. There's also quite a few players just standing around in town doing nothing. I try to chat to a few, but no one seems to respond. The blacksmith tells me there's a weapon upgrade system. Mate, it's a Gameforge game. Of course there's a weapon upgrade system. Don't you worry, I will check out the cash shop later. Why are you dressed like Harley Quinn? This is one of my biggest issues with a lot of Eastern MMOs. They have no visual identity because they go from stupidly flashy over the top to actual real world designs and jokes. There's never any defined graphical style and it makes them all blend together into this big generic blob. This quest needs me to kill boars to get a peach seed because this dude needs a peach seed to cure his asthma. And that doesn't sound right, but I don't know enough about asthma to question it. Here's a nice touch. When the camera is on the other side of certain objects like this wall, each section of the object fades into a transparent wireframe image you can click through so you can still see your avatar. This is great. This is a good design. Well done. This whole middle quest series feels like an NPC Legend of Zelda trading game sequence, just giving random objects to random people with no real through line to any of it. Apart from the take the fisherman a fishing rod. This makes sense. But oh god, then I discover one of the worst programming things I've ever seen. This wooden dock. It took me a moment to figure out what was actually happening here. Movement felt wrong somehow and I managed to figure out why. You can walk on this wooden dock, but you cannot click it. clicking the dock actually registers as clicking through it onto the lake bed below, and your character will try to move as close to that location as possible. And because of the angle of the camera, you can be clicking on the right hand side of the dock but actually registering as clicking the left hand side of the lake bed due to where you are, and then getting stuck on the wooden uprights. Your character is attempting to move to a location literally on the opposite side to where you clicked because of the angle of click-through. How do you mess this up? How do you program a dock to be walkable but not clickable? Just add a clickable flat layer onto this dock. Problem solved. This dude's daughter is getting married and they need some flowers for the wedding. How do you think we get flowers? That's right, we kill some wolves. Okay, this next quest has me actually stumped. Everything else I've managed to figure out, but this makes no sense. The actual quest description is follow the turning coin to some musk oil, then bring it to the weapon vendor. Okay, so turning coin. Is that a euphemism for a shopkeeper? Is it an item in my inventory that I interact with and it gives me directions? Is it a map location? Is it the name of a place? I try everything and I cannot figure it out. What is this turning coin that I need to follow? And eventually I have to Google it, and the answer actually made me sit there and stare at my screen in disbelief. You see that spinning coin icon to the bottom left? That turning coin. Clicking that opens the cash shop. And not only does this quest need you to open the cash shop to complete it by buying a cash shop only item, the cash shop is entirely in German. I mean, sure, I chose the European server, and I guess Germany is in Europe, so this isn't technically wrong, but the rest of the game is in English. Why is your shop in German? And hang on, this is the same shop as Runes of Magic. Like, it's literally exactly the same layout. Gameforge, do you have one premium shop layout you just use for all of your games? So I need to buy some musk oil, but my German isn't great, so I actually have to look up the musk oil object on the Metin 2 wiki, find the icon, and then hunt for that icon in the shop. And the wiki tells me this item has literally no purpose beyond finish this quest. They've made accessing and using the premium shop part of the opening section of this game. Now thankfully it gives you 5 premium currency to start with, so you don't need to pay to finish these quests. Yet. With that idiotic design choice out the way, I kill a load more wolves because the biologist needs some more flowers, and as we all know, wolves are keen gardeners. Then I realise the biologist quests are all just going to be kill X quest and collect X quests. With the flowers collected for the wedding, we are sent to the next village, which means running all the way to the southeast. And to show you how much this game is really boring, this is what most of my gameplay experience has been like. There's no reason to fight enemies. The experience is lower than doing the quests. Most enemies won't attack you anyway, and the ones that do are often so much tougher than you, it's best to just run away anyway. There are no dynamic events that happen during the journey. You don't meet random NPCs, and you move slowly because the cash shop sells movement speed increasing potions. This is a created problem with a solved solution. And the average gamer is honestly going to endure 5 minutes of this and quit. This is not an adventure. This is a commute. Oh, and the music is a 4-minute loop. I timed it. Finally reach the teleporter and head to the next village. What kind of music do you expect to find here? Did you say rock with actual lyrics and DJ scratches? Because you are spot on. Okay, the reason games use ambient music is to increase immersion within that game. But with ice cream Metins and rock, you're clearly not going for that. So the reason games use songs and soundtracks is to provide variety, like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 or Burnout 3. 2 games with some of the best soundtracks of all time, but Metin 2 has 1 song for each map. This rock song is 3.5 minutes long and then just repeats, and you'll be spending a lot of time on this map, so I really hope you like this song. They've sacrificed immersion for variety and then not added variety. Good job, game. Arrive at the next village after 10 minutes of travel, hand in the flower, and get sent back. Are you taking the piss, game? Oh my god, fine, back we go. I wasn't joking about the excessive amount of travelling. This is most of the early game. Right, so I seem to be done. There's no quest in my list, no main quest, no side quest, no biologist quest, no nothing. I'm thinking this is probably a level-based thing, and as I level up more quests will open, so all I have to give me any direction is the hunting log. So let's get grinding. Also, I click on this weapon teacher expecting him to, I don't know, teach me about weapons, but no, this NPC does nothing. This is a purely decorative teacher. Spend several brain-dead minutes killing wolves. Might be 10, might be 30, I can't remember. Hit level 8 and hey, new quests. Small programming issue. Clicking the current hunting log makes the screen do the black bar cinematic widescreen thing and moves the world map to the middle to show us the locations of those enemies. But then when you exit this screen, the world map remains in the middle. It doesn't reset to the last place the player had put it, and it really should do. Oh good, this quest needs blue wolf's liver. Brilliant, more quests killing wolves. What variation. Also, at the very bottom left, under the HP bar, there's an orange stamina bar. It drains when running, then instantly refills the moment you start fighting something, and nothing has so far needed stamina, so its only purpose right now seems to be limiting how much you can run, which is making an already tedious game even more tedious. Get the liver, hand in the quest, no new ones open, so back to grinding. While we grind, which seems to be most of what this game actually is, let's read some reviews. Metin 2 is an okay game if you just want something to chill, but I consider it mostly a pay-for-win game. I sold my wife to play this game, and I like it. It's worth. Poor anti-cheat system and irresponsible support. If you play for fishing over 5 to 6 hours, you will get banned ASAP. We have 260 hours, both me and my friend playing for fishing every night, 6 hours, and she get banned, and they said you were fishing bot. Never play games like this, which has poor anti-cheat system and useless support. Not even gonna argue about the horrible pay to win. In-game farm bot, basically a legal hack. Pay to not play and just let the bot farm. My first online game, and I loved every bit of it when it was halfway decent back in 2008. Sadly, Gameforge completely ruined it. There's a premium user bot integrated into the game. It's really just a cash grab and nothing else. It's sad to see a game I once loved turn into this garbage heap. Pay to win. There are so many types of wolf, they clearly had one wolf model and were determined to get as much mileage out of it as they could. And now I discover the game's main leveling system, Auto Hunt. You turn on Auto Hunt and you just attack everything near you automatically, and when the enemy dies you just move on to the next enemy, and you can set it to use abilities or drink potions at certain thresholds. So you basically never die. But potions with the Auto Hunt mechanic is a premium feature. You can attack things as a free user, but only heal as a paid user, and healing is pretty essential. It's what combat is balanced around, so this system is designed to burn through all your potions and make you pay for the privilege of doing so. Hit level 9 and a main quest appears. Look, game designers, a main quest line shouldn't need extra grind. It should be balanced to flow into itself. If a player follows a main quest line in your game, it should be a smooth curve of gameplay. It is the side missions you can level gate if you want to. And now another game quest, needing the cash shop again. This time a package quest. You need to buy a premium cash shop package. You actually do need to spend money this time. I mean, sure, you don't need to finish this quest line, but the little quest available symbol will stay on your quest list until you do. A constant reminder that if you want to finish this new quest, you best get your wallet out. That's low, designers. Lots of MMO players like finishing all the quests in the game and cleaning up their UI. To have a constantly available quest symbol there, only removable by paying money, that's just irritating people into playing. The hunting missions actually give you a choice between two enemies, but this choice is pointless because everything spawns together anyway and combat doesn't change based on what you're fighting, so the gameplay remains the same regardless of what you choose. For anyone wondering what the shop is like, it's Gameforge, so the most expensive item is 1,000 premium coins, but they only sell premium coins in awkwardly specific sets, like 580 or 1,300. So you can never buy quite what you need, and are always encouraged to get the higher package because it's better value. It's a mathematically abusive business tactic, and it's 100% anti-consumer. Finally, at level 10, the captain gives us some more plot. The Metin stones fell from the sky and are bad. So we need to go to the next village and talk to a musician who's actually a spy and give him a secret message. Okay, a spy for who? I don't know the allegiances or alliances of this world. Who am I fighting for? Why am I on your side? What do you stand for? Plot is an afterthought here. Just go and destroy ice cream cones. Spend 10 minutes walking to the next village. Again, talk to the musician and get told to return to the captain. Oh, for God's sake. I actually looked to see if the shop has some sort of teleport item, like they've made the travel tedious on purpose to try and sell me a solution to it. But then I remember, oh yeah, the shop's in German. I don't know what I'm looking at. Run all the way back. Hand in the quest. Out of quest again. Back to grinding. You know, one of my main problems with the game so far, apart from the fact that it's shit, it's that I don't feel any different to level 1. Nothing about the gameplay has changed. Nothing has been refined as a system. I have discovered I had PowerPoints on my character sheet and I've assigned them, but nothing in the game has told me to do that. I feel no different to 4 hours ago. The intro of this game has succeeded in teaching me nothing other than the location of the cash shop. It's made me feel nothing. It has changed nothing as I have played. Some quests need you to remember specific orders of information and then tell them to another NPC, but there's no journal, so it's a case of actually writing it down or remembering it in real life. This mechanic isn't used to any effect beyond remember a thing, then repeat the thing. There's also no real penalty for getting it wrong. You just restart the quest and try again. Chat to the blacksmith in the main village and he asks me to go to the second village and oh my god, game, is that your entire opening section? Just mindless combat and walking to and from the first 2 villages to waste my time? Is that all you want to do? I'm bored now. There's no real sense of my place in the world, no main plot, so there's no narrative connection to the game world or the NPCs within it. There are invisible walls everywhere, so navigation is awkward and leveling feels hollow, so progression feels like a chore instead of a rewarding experience. I'm level 10, but why? What does that mean? I get stronger, the enemies get stronger, there's 0 mechanical changes, so the increases are balancing each other out, so I feel exactly the same as level 1. I'm grinding to unlock quests, which need me to grind so I can grind some more. What am I doing any of this for? I get to the second village and I'm thinking, if you ask me to return to the first village again, I'm done. And oh, it does. And just as I'm about to quit, I see it on the map to the north. Monkey Dungeon. I like both of those words, so let's do it. It's far off to the north, so off we trek, reject, grind, return to monkey. And in I journey. And off we go. And I get piled by monkeys and die. I'm gonna be real, I thought this might happen. It is a grind game, this was expected. Okay, let's grind and see if I can use that stupid auto hunt tool and burn what potions I do have. I open a level 10 reward box I had because giving players level-based reward boxes seems to be a Gameforge thing. I chug some speed potions, experience boosting stuff, attack speed increasing potions, and I turn on auto attack. But because drinking potions is a premium feature, I'm still sat here just spamming number 1 on the keyboard to drink potions, and after 20 minutes I'm out of potions and I've gained 2 levels. Not enough to survive Monkey Dungeon. The captain wants some alpha grey wolves killed, so I just stick myself roughly near them and turn on auto fight. Also, I've got this premium item for free. It was in the level 10 package. It's a sun elixir. It will automatically heal me and it contains 100,000 hit points. So I can actually just walk off and let the game run. This seems to be what you're supposed to do. This is the point of the game. It's built to do this. The density of mobs means you'll always be fighting something. The name-swapped varieties of enemies means it's more efficient to kill everything and hope what you need respawns than it is to hunt down what you need now. This is the point. Auto fight while zoning out to repetitive music and let the game chug potions for you. Final quest I'm going to do, the captain wants me to destroy the Metin of battle. He says it's outside the village, but that means it's anywhere on the whole map. I have no direction, so I just get hunting. I even used the Metin 2 wiki, and it says the Metin of battle can spawn in one of several places, so it really is a case of wander round until you find it. I find the Metin of sorrow and kill that. Takes a while, but I have nothing better to do. Then I keep walking around and find what look like some player-buyable land, but no one owns them. I spot the Metin of black, and I keep adventuring on. Eventually, after what feels like an age, I find the Metin of battle, and I slap that ice cream until it is dead. I let the captain know, and he says, "Great, go to the next village." You know what, captain? No. So, Metin 2. It's not badly made. The localization text is fine, the various UI elements maintain a somewhat consistent visual style, the minimap and inventory do look quite nice, the quest lines didn't break, it's definitely playable, it's just shallow. Combat is click and wait, higher number and potion count wins. The fetch quests are incredibly repetitive. Metin 2 is probably the most palette-swappy game I've played so far. It gave one wolf model like 16 different names and slight colour changes. Levelling is stupidly grindy, and the quest that actually requires the use of the real-world cash shop is just so predatory. There's no way an actual talented game designer looked at it and said, yes, that is something players will enjoy. I guarantee that was a decision made by an executive higher up to make the cash shop easy to understand and force players to use it. And the horrible thing is, it probably worked and they probably got a big bonus. So that's how I'm going to remember it. Metin 2. Follow the turning coin, as in literally use the cash shop to finish a quest. Out of 10. Cheers for watching. As usual, a massive thank you to the supporters on Patreon for keeping the channel alive and the Twitch subs for joining me live. If you're enjoying these videos, you can support from only £1 a month. Check the video description for links to the Patreon, Twitch, Twitter and our Discord. And as always, have a great day.